Hello, hi everyone. Welcome to the live training. So good to have you here. As you're all joining, we're just gonna wait a couple of minutes for everyone to join. And if you're joining the training live, please type below where you're from, where you're watching, where in the world are you at the moment. And if you are watching the replay, just hashtag replay so I know that you watch the replay, or if I need to send it to you. If you can attend this training live, you can watch the replay and it will be sent to you. So no one is going to be left out. But when you're attending it live, I'm going to be answering some questions at the end. So you might get to actually get your personal questions answered. So let me know where you're from as you're all joining. Great to see you here. How is everyone doing? We're just gonna wait a couple of minutes until everyone joins, and yeah, just in a moment, let me know where you're from. I'm really excited to talk to you about this topic because there's so many of these New Year, New You campaigns going on, and so much about this is actually it's like actually heartbreaking because we're going to be talking about exactly what is the issue with all these campaigns and what is the issue with all these programs and why people continue just doing this yo-yo diets one after the other and not actually getting the results that they want. Marianne, Joanne, and Julie, love to see you here. We got Australia dominating the house so far. I guess that works for your time zone, guys. So yeah, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay really quickly, and we're gonna dive in a moment, and I'm gonna talk to you about the three most important things, well, the reasons why you should not buy into these New Year, New You diets, and also I'm going to tell you what to do instead. So one of the things that's been really coming up at the beginning, from the beginning of this year, is all these campaigns talking about, this is the time to change yourself, this is the time to reinvent yourself, this is the time to really start fresh. And whilst of course there's an element to understanding why that would be the case and people are really motivated in the beginning of the year, I notice and I see the pattern of people just dropping off after just a couple of weeks of being on their New Year diet. And there's a problem with that, right? All of these programs and most of these programs are promoting instant results. They're promoting these 30-day sheds and these detoxes and these cleanses and these supplements you should be taking. And they're basically promoting these instant results, which we as a society are very much used to instant gratification. We're very much used to instant results. So if you go on something and you don't see results in a matter of just days or a week, you're like, oh, this is not actually working. And then people stop. And the thing is that, so even though these quick results or these quick sort of instant gratification strategies are really, they're like really enticing and really shiny and really attractive, there is a downside to that. And I'm here to tell you really that your diet and your exercise is really not the problem. If you're stuck with your weight and if you're stuck with the yo-yo diets and you're stuck not being able to get the results that you want, and you've tried different diets and you tried different exercise programs, but you're still not getting the results that you want, it is really not about your diet. And I'm going to go into that in a moment and explain why. So I want to give you a truth bomb here. And really, this is, I really want you to just like write this down somewhere or just really understand and really take this in. Diets will only offer a surface level solution to your problem. If you've been struggling with your weight for months, years, you've gone on diets, you've failed with diets potentially multiple times, the truth is diets are not going to fix your problem because they only address a surface level problem and they only provide a surface level solution. Which is why most people who follow diets and they go on diets, they lose weight for a short time, they lose a few pounds, and then they fall off the wagon or they just plateauing and stop losing weight after a while. And they go back to their bad habits, the thing that they used to do, because diets are usually restrictive. They usually, restrict your calories, and they restrict, you can't eat the foods that you actually enjoy. So it's really easy to slip back into the old habits. The problem with them is that they don't address the deep root energetic cause as to why you are holding on to weight, why you're not losing weight. Okay? I'm going to repeat that one more time. They don't address the deep energetic cause as to why you're not losing the weight and the mindset. So it's the mindset energetic piece that I'm really going to talk about here. So the resistance to losing weight, or the resistance to stick to a diet or a healthy eating protocol, I should say, is actually here to serve you, to actually show you the deeper reason, the deeper thing that you need to go into to learn a little bit more about yourself and to get a little bit deeper into understanding and knowing yourself and uncover the beliefs and the patterns that you've been carrying on throughout your life that got you to the results where you are today. Okay? So weight issues are not about food. They're not about the lack of exercise. It's simply a reflection of your self-worth and your self-care, and whether you are or not living in alignment. And so if you're not giving yourself permission to put yourself first, if you're living every day in this place of not being happy when you look in the mirror, not feeling good enough, and not feeling good enough until you achieve X, Y, Z, or you get to the result that you want to get to, then you're not in alignment. You're not living the best life possible. You're not actually doing yourself any justice. And that is the reason why you're not actually getting the results that you want. So when women are stuck for a certain time, or for time and time again, they're stuck in this yo-yo dieting pattern, the three main problems is that they're using diets, they're dieting, and they're restricting themselves. So that's problem number one. Problem number two is that they are waiting for a time in their life or a future time when they are XYZ, when they've lost the weight, when they fit into this dress, when they're whatever, they achieved XYZ result, so that they can feel good enough, so that they can feel, lovable and deserving. And the problem number three is they don't feel worthy to put themselves first. So they feel guilty about taking care of themselves first and putting themselves first. And this is a really, really big downfall. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. So I want to talk about the second point that I talked about a moment ago. And that's really about this mentality of I'll be happy when. And I hear this time and time and again. I just want to be happy. I just want to be at peace with my body. I just want to fit into these clothes. And when I do that, I'm going to go and buy the things that I want to buy for myself. I'm going to go and refresh my wardrobe. I'm going to go on that holiday that I've been wanting to go to where I can put on a bikini. Or I'm going to go have more, I'm going to be more social. I'm going to show up for my business more. I'm going to be on social media and promote myself. I'm going to have more sex with my partner. All these things, right? We're living in this idea of I'll be happy when, in this future time. But the problem with that is if you're living in this future time of you'll be happy when, you'll never get there unless you actually start taking care of yourself now in this very moment and start really looking at the things that are holding you back, the beliefs that are holding you back, the thoughts that are holding you back in this very moment. And unless you're actually happy now and you're enjoying your life now and you're taking care of your now and you're taking care of yourself now, you will never get there to that future point in time. It's only going to get further and further away from what you want to achieve. So it's actually really important to instead go into and start experiencing the things that you want right now in this moment, and know that you are deserving of all the love and all the care and all the self-care and all the attention as you are now, and accepting exactly how you are now. And from that place you can make changes. So it's there's no point in going on a diet and losing a little bit of weight because inside of you nothing changes. As a result, just because you lose those 5 kilos or 5 pounds or 10 pounds, inside of you nothing will change that will allow you to keep that weight off. And this is really if you take away one thing from this training today, is really that losing weight temporarily is not going to it's not going to make you feel worthy. It's not going to make you feel more lovable. It's not going to make you feel more happy at all. What's going to make you feel happy is actually really be accepting towards yourself, loving towards yourself, and actually look at your problem and your current and present state honestly and look at, okay, this is where I'm at right now. I'm not happy with this. And you decide to take action, but the action that comes from and the energy that you're coming from is what determines the outcome that you're going to achieve. So people take action from usually two different places. They either take action from love, like I love my body, I take care of my body, I wake up in the morning and I'll move and I'll stretch and I'll drink my lemon water in the morning and I'll make a salad for lunch because I want to feel good. I genuinely care about myself. This vessel is the only one I've got and I'm going to take care of it for the rest of my life. Those are actions from love. And there's the other side where people take action from fear. If I don't lose this weight and if I don't fit into those clothes, I'm not going to be worthy. If I can't walk into my wardrobe and wear whatever I want, I'm not lovable. I can't go out and date. I can't be worthy of an amazing partner's love. I can't be a good role model. I cannot be XYZ because I'm not good enough until I lose that weight or I achieve XYZ result. So this is really the energetics of weight loss is what really determines the result that you are going to achieve and whether those actions come from a place of love or fear. And for 90% of the people who are in the situation of up and down, yo-yoing all the time, never actually staying consistent, never actually getting the results they want, or they can never keep the results that they want, they are taking action from fear. Okay? I really just want to drill that in. And so there is no point in going on a diet and losing a little bit of weight if inside of you, energetically, nothing shifts. And you're still not going to feel good, you're still not going to be worthy, and you're still not going to be feeling deserving. So that is when your weight goes up and down, that is when you're yo-yoing all the time, and that is when you're not getting the results that you want. So do we want lasting results? Do we want to achieve? Is that what we want? Do we want lasting results or we want just some short-term results? What is it that you want? Type it in the chat box and let me know, like, what's your goal? What do you really want? Like, if you tune into your heart right now and you really just like close your eyes for a moment, you have nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. No one can, like, if no one can see you, or even if they can, you can just do this and no one will think anything of it. Really just like tune into your heart for a moment and think, what do you really want for yourself? I'm going to give you a moment to do that. Just like 30 seconds. Really just do that and ask yourself, what do I really want? How do I really want to feel? And all that wisdom and all the things that just came up for you right now, the first instant, the first moment, the first thought is what you really deeply desire. And I would really like to invite you now to type into the chat box what that is. Like, this is a safe space for everybody. This is a safe container. No one is going to judge you or make fun of you. But I really want to see, what is it that your heart really deeply desires? Because I guarantee you right now, I haven't read your responses yet, but I guarantee you right now, that is not being at a perfect weight, or it's not being at this perfect ideal of what people say you should be, or it's not about the numbers on the scale. It's way deeper than that. There's something that you want that is way deeper than that. And I really want to see what that is. I'm going to have a look and see what you guys are saying. Yeah. I want to be where I was 2 years ago when I looked and felt amazing working with you. Yay! So that's not fear, that's right. Deeper level of self-love and another conscious level, Julie. Absolutely. What else? Ladies, tell me, what else is it that you really want? Like, what do you really desire? Because I'm telling you, those things that you really desire, those deeper things that we just mentioned, when you get to that level, weight loss is going to be an effortless byproduct of that because you will be following your heart. You will be doing what you really feel called doing. You will be feeling good in your body, and you are going to be, as a result, doing the right thing for your body. And you're going to be taking actions from a place of love rather than a place of fear. Yeah? Joanne, to be well and strong both physically and mentally. Yes. Tina, inner peace. Yeah, absolutely. So when you achieve that, like when you really work on yourself and get to that level, deep joy and freedom and abundance, yes. Then do you think that when you're really deeply experiencing deep joy, freedom and abundance and physically, strongly, mentality, like you're feeling really good in your body and you're mentally and physically strong, do you really think that you're going to be carrying excess weight and you're going to treat your body like shit and you're going to eat crap food all the time? There's no way you will. Absolutely not. So if you want lasting results, instead of doing the latest crazy diets and all this stuff, let's think about and let's talk about the stuff that really works and that really will work a year from now. Yeah? So number one is your energy. That's the first thing I said today, is that what matters most is the energy that you're coming from. If you're coming from fear, forget about it. Like, it's just not going to work. It's going to work for a short time, and then you're going to lose your willpower, and then you're going to go back straight back to where you used to be, and you're going to go back and revert back to your old habits. Yeah? So if you're doing, like, how do you know that you're operating from fear? So here are the different ways where you know if you're operating from fear. You know if you're instant, like say you're not happy with your weight, the instant result or the instant thought that you have is, oh, I need to restrict myself for now. I need to restrict my diet now. I need to restrict my calories now. Or you're doing really good during a week and you're following a clean eating plan and then you blow up on the weekend. Or you're feeling guilty. Or you over-exercise the next day. Or you look for all these answers as to what you should be doing outside of you. These are all actions from fear, taken from fear, as opposed to a place of love. Yeah, so that's number one. Number two is self-care. Like, self-care is not selfish. So many women and moms, especially moms, have this attitude and have this belief that self-care and taking care of themselves is selfish. But in fact, if you make time for yourself, to make you a priority, saying no to things and saying no to the things that are not serving you or are pushing you over the edge is not selfish. It's the opposite. It's actually taking care of yourself so that you can better take care of other people. Like saying, no, I cannot get that extra thing to you today, or I cannot meet you across town because it's not going to work with my schedule. Or no, I cannot make a third different type of meal because that's just what you want to eat for dinner. So really, like, taking care of yourself and putting yourself first and making, like, doing the things that you actually enjoy and having some fun every day so you can really tap into that feeling of fun and joy and the things that you like and enjoy. Because when you are resonating in that frequency, you're going to be giving to the people around you so much more because you're going to be energized, you're going to be inspired, and you're going to be feeling good about yourself. Yeah? So that's number two. And number three is your deserving, like increasing your deserving levels for investing in yourself. So if you're struggling with this up and down, losing weight, gaining weight, and yo-yoing all the time, you really just have to get to the root cause and the root issue of why you're holding on to this weight. And these are the beliefs and the patterns and the thoughts that you've been holding on to and you've been operating from for all this time, for all these years. Yeah? And so you cannot think that a diet is going to fix that. It's not. It's a deep level of self-development that is actually going to get you to where you want. It's a deeper level of consciousness that is going to get you what you want. But that, you cannot get that from a diet. And sometimes when we have these beliefs and this shit that we're thinking about and thoughts that really are not serving us, we need help and support in overcoming that, because a lot of people just don't know how to do that. Especially if you're not used to doing a lot of self-development work, like that can be really hard work. So investing in actually your self-development and investing in getting the support that you need is essential. And the investment that you make is going to be the direct reflection of the results that you're getting. If you're investing in $100 weight loss programs, you're going to get surface level results, surface level support, and surface level short-term problems or short-term results if you're lucky, because you might not even follow it because there is a resistance there, right? There's an internal energetic resistance to you even following that. So, like, remember, diets are not the problem. The problem is the underlying energetic stuff. So those people who really invest in themselves and they choose to claim that they are worthy, they will get the kind of results that they want. Yeah? And when I ask women, what have you tried? It's like, oh, I tried Weight Watchers, and I tried, Michelle Bridges, and I tried this diet, keto diet, and that diet. It's like, okay, it sounds like you tried a lot of diets and exercise programs and things like that. Have you tried to actually look at your own thinking, your thought patterns, your behaviors, things that the way you've been operating, about how you've been thinking about yourself, how you've been thinking about food, your relationship with food? Have you looked at any of that? Oh no. I get that. It's not really commonly talked about. So why would you even think that it's even associated with that? So I'm telling you now that this is the most important and the key part. If you're going to invest in surface level solutions, you're going to get surface level problems. These results that you want to achieve, they're not outside of you. It's not diets are not going to give you that. Weight loss programs are not going to give you that. So if you want to not only lose weight, but you actually want to transform yourself from the inside out, and if your thoughts and your beliefs are not in alignment with the results that you want to achieve right now, you get to choose to change that. And I can show you the way, I can show you how. I can't save you. My job isn't to save you. My job is to support you. You can only save yourself. You can only really do this for yourself. If you want to support, and if you want support from me, if this resonates with you, I'm really happy to talk to you about and jump on a call and see if we can walk through those stories and we can walk through those beliefs and those patterns and we can deal with them together to see what is actually possible for you. I'm going to drop the link below here. It's theleanbodycoach.com/apply. If this resonates with you and you really want to get to a deeper level, a deeper layer of your consciousness, of your well-being, of yourself, and you want to step into a higher version of yourself that doesn't need diets anymore, that doesn't need any of that shit, and you actually want to, maintain these results long-term too, let's have a talk. Let's chat. Because I know that these results are possible for you, just like they're possible for all my clients. And the results that they're getting are remarkable, not just on a physical level, but the transformation that they go through is amazing. So I'm going to drop that link in the comments below, theleanbodycoach.com/apply. And I'm going to leave a couple of minutes for questions. So if you have a burning question, pop it in the chat box, and I'm going to address that in a moment. So we have about 5 minutes, and yeah, I'm going to answer whatever question there is, whatever we have time for. Okay, so this is your chance. I hope this has been resonating with you. I know this is, very different than what you probably see and hear in advertisements in the media and magazines and online, but no one really talks about this stuff, and this is the most important determining factor in what kind of results you want to achieve. So I'll just wait for your questions, and in the meantime, I'll type this in the chat box. Just reading through there. Any questions? I love these. I want to just feel right with my body and I want to be my own priority. Lorena, that's beautiful. I really love that. I really love that. Yeah. Yeah, Susie, I love the bubbles, but it doesn't love me. I get that. But, there's also an element of, why is it that that is something that you're reaching for? Like there's also a healthy and acceptable level, and there is an access level that is going to contribute to problems. So there is something going on internally that is making you choose that perhaps as a coping mechanism. So maybe that's something to look at. Julie is asking, what is the most common block resistance you have found from clients? The most common block that I found is that, well, there are so many, but I would say one of the biggest resistance, the two things, is that they're thinking that they will only have permission to really be lovable and love themselves and do the things that they want to do when they lost the weight, or when they lost those 5 kilos or 5 pounds or 10 pounds. And the second thing is, really, when it comes to it, they think of this whole situation with the weight as a curse, as something that they need to solve and something that they need to fix. But the reality is that the weight is actually just showing you that something in your life is out of alignment. Something in your life is not going where it's really supposed to flow and go. So you are not happy on a certain level, and therefore you are self-sabotaging and you're actually not treating your body right. So that is probably the biggest resistance. They're seeing it as a problem. But if you actually look at your weight and the struggles that you're experiencing with your weight as an opportunity, that can become really beautiful, and that can actually offer a lot of growth and a lot of transformation, because you're no longer playing the victim. Why is this happening to me? Why can't I lose the weight? Why can everyone else lose weight but I can't lose the weight? You're no longer, like, when you actually see this as an opportunity, you will no longer look at that from a victim mentality, but you can look at it as an opportunity. How can this help me grow? How can this, for this in this instance, how can this help me look at my patterns and where I am unhappy in my life and where I'm using alcohol to numb certain emotions at the end of the day, or to have fun because I don't know any other way to have fun right now. And how can I grow as a result as a human being? How can I evolve? How can I become a more powerful creator of my own reality? Yeah. So I would say that is the biggest one. Once they make this shift and they see, oh shit, this is like actually like an aha moment, like a light bulb just goes off. It's like, oh, okay. So now that it becomes an opportunity to grow, then it's really going to open up some new ways to think about your situation and go from a victim mentality to actually feeling empowered about making some really good choices. I hope that's helpful. Susie's asking, does menopause actually make you gain weight, or is it an excuse? Well, so in menopause, like during menopause, your hormones will fluctuate. And this is something that I really strongly address in all my programs, because there is a reality to your sex hormones that are going to fluctuate during menopause. And that can make it difficult to lose weight. It can slow down your metabolism slightly, but the rate at your metabolism actually slows down is very, very mild. So I'm going to run a free training next week, and I'm going to be going even deeper into this menopause problem. So let's we can look at that next week. And yeah, so the biggest problem that I see with women, and this might resonate with you, Susie, is that when they have excess estrogen, that is when they put on a lot of weight. And with estrogen, what happens is every month your liver and your system is supposed to filter out all the excess estrogen from your system. And your liver is like the really key component to making this happen. Estrogen is the hormone that kind of makes you put on a little bit of fat so that you can fall pregnant. But even if, when you go into menopause and then you're not bleeding anymore, if you have leftover estrogen excess from the previous month, your liver is supposed to filter that out. But if your liver is too busy filtering out caffeine, alcohol, and all these other substances that we put into our body, like medications and all kinds of things, then it's not going to have the opportunity and the capacity to filter out all the excess estrogen. So you get a lot of excess estrogen left over from the previous monthly cycle and then the next cycle and the next cycle. And that actually increases your chances for putting on fat and also breast cancer, because excess estrogen has been linked to breast cancer as well. So, it's not the reason to lay out the champagne isn't necessarily just about the calories, but it really is about what it does to your liver and how it affects your liver and your hormones. And it also makes your menopausal symptoms far worse. Yeah? Laxiana, how to maintain the momentum and the consistency. Okay, so again, I talk about this inside my programs. I've got a little bit of a cheat sheet that you can put stick on your fridge every day that literally talks you through and walks you through step by step what are the things you need to do every single day to remain consistent, and where, if you're not getting the results that you want, where you are lacking. So it could be anything from having a morning routine and having a set routine that you do every single day without fail for you to move towards the right direction and the results that you're experiencing. So that is one. And number two would be you really getting dialed in on what is the result that you want to achieve and why that matters to you. The why is the key. Not the result, but the why and how you want to feel as a result. So if you're not connected emotionally to your why, then you're not going to be consistent. Then you're going to fall off the wagon. Then you're going to get, sidetracked. You're going to blow it off on a weekend and you start over on Monday, and then you're going to experience the same results you were before. Yeah. And one last question. Actually, there's no more questions right this second. So awesome. I hope that was helpful. That's really all that we have time for. We're going to finish up and wrap up right now. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comments. And next week, I'm going to be running a training that I'm going to be super deep, going super deep on this. And if you want to have a chat, if this resonated with you and you really want to not just get surface level results, but you want really deep results that last. So in 2021 or 2022, you're not looking for the next New Year, New You diet. Let's have a chat. And because only you can change your current circumstances and your results, and only you can save yourself. And I want to be able to support you if it feels aligned for both of us. So if that's you, let's have a chat. So theleanbodycoach.com/apply is where you can book time and have a chat with me. It's amazing to have you here. Thank you for all your questions. And again, if you're watching this and you're watching the replay, #replay, and I'll see you ladies in the group and answer your questions later.